Hey, what's going on, my people? Good to see y'all today. This is another edition of Homage Speaks. I'd like to jump right into it, talk about the Celtics and the Bulls. Hey, man, Chicago, you're looking real bad, man. I don't know what you need. You need Derrick Rose to come back. Now, you don't want him. You might need the savior. You need to go. He need to just come back, lead the Hornets for a minute, put his uniform on, and come get y'all a game. Because y'all have lost 3 games in a row and y'all lost them relatively the same way. Breakdowns in the fourth quarter and not being able to guard the pick and roll is the reason why y'all are continuously falling to the same exact team. At least one of the reasons. Rondo was a big piece of the puzzle. They Fred Hoiberg and the team came together at the end of the season at the right time and rallied around its leaders, D Wade, Rondo. Rajon Rondo is a veteran point guard, and what he brought to the series is very, very hard to replace. He brought experience. He brought a style of play that allowed everybody to get in their spots, get their looks, and instill confidence in their abilities because you was dealing with a floor general that don't need shots to impact the basketball game. And that is very, 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 very hard to find in basketball, period, because everybody wants to get buckets. I understand. I like to get buckets too. But I have a good friend, Will Henderson. Hollywood taught me, he said, D Birds, you don't see the floor. You gotta see the floor. And then I started watching more footage and I started playing with better players. And I just started realizing like passing the ball and getting people involved and getting people in rhythm allows you as a scorer to get in a better rhythm. But because Rondo is not a scorer, he's just getting the scorers in a rhythm. And his ability to play the pick and roll. Him and Robin Lopez, the first 2 games, were playing the pick and roll exceptionally well. But Fred Hoiberg, you got to make more adjustments. I'm one of the type of coaches that believe in I'm gonna do what I have. I'm gonna do the best with what I have. And I seen you made some adjustments by adding Anthony Morrow into your rotation, who I feel like I always should play because he can just come in, hit a couple shots, and get out for you. We're not really looking for him to do anything on the defensive end on rebounding per se, but he can hit some shots for you. I'm also proud of the fact that you put in my man Isaiah Cannon. I love you, Isaiah Cannon. I guess I like Cannon because when I shoot, I say Cannon. But that's another story for another day. Those who know me know I got range on that gun. But anyway, Isaiah Isaiah Cannon, you did a good job on Isaiah Thomas. You stayed up in him. You was able to apply pressure. I mean, he hit you one move at the top of the key and got a layup in the second quarter, man. I had to check you. I had to check you out, man, because I think you needed some help right there. I think you needed to go visit your team doctor to make sure your ankle was all right because he just left you on stuck. You couldn't even move. You was like, move, legs. Legs said, no, sir. He's gone. He's a blur. But you played good. You played real good. Fred Hoiberg, you just got to do a better job of managing the game. Same thing I told Billy Donovan earlier today. It's going to be certain situations where your rotation go out the window, and you got to go by feel. You got to go by game. And that game last night was very sloppy. It was a sloppy game, but that's how y'all got to play against Boston because Boston is a great half-court team. Brad Stevens runs a great half-court offense, and those guys execute and get shots within their offense. When y'all had that game going up and down, that fit y'all momentum, and y'all got to keep it that way. The score was about 85, 86, and I felt like Fred Hoiberg immediately should have called the timeout and get D Wade back in that game. D Wade had assumed the point guard position, which is something that he was drafted as and something that he's very capable of doing. That's why they was winning because him and Rondo, you had 2 high IQ guards, so the turnovers were very low. If you look at all the statistics in the game, the Bulls shot the ball better, rebounded better, shot a 3 better. They did everything well, but that fourth quarter was horrible. You can't have more turnovers than you have made baskets. And that was because D Wade was on the bench for most of the time. So when he came back in, it was kind of similar to a situation where we got to force action because we're down 85-91. We're not taking the looks that we were taking to get the lead. Everybody got to understand when you're on the road, you got to withstand that blow. You got to withstand that punch. And the Bulls did a great job of staying ahead long enough in that ball game to not get that blow. But when that blow finally came, Fred Herbert didn't recognize it, and he didn't call timeout. Let's stop it. I mean, when they took the lead, the first timeout. No, I don't care. This is for real. We are under the whistle, and I'm calling timeout. Y'all not gonna beat me like this. Because next thing you know, you get people hitting shots. They ain't hitting nothing all game. You held Isaiah Thomas to 1 for 10 shooting threes, and you lost that game. Now they counted it by scoring 23 points off your 16 turnovers. So they kind of counted that, and they made all 23 of their free throws. So they counted that poor 3-point shooting because they was 9 for 40. They counted that by being efficient in other ways. Bulls, that's a game that you got to get. But it's okay, y'all coming back home. The crowd's going to be energized. Chicago's always had great fans. I heard Rondo's going to suit up. I hope he can. And if he does, I think the energy that he will bring y'all, not necessarily his play, but just the energy, I think that'll be inspiring. And y'all should be able to get that win. But Boston Celtics, y'all are number 1 seed. We shouldn't even be having this conversation with the AC. Y'all are number 1 seed, number 1 or 2 seed still playing. Because I think the Spurs are going to close it out tonight as well. But y'all got to go ahead and get it done. Show everybody in the basketball world that y'all for real. Okay, let's just use this as a lesson to everybody. We here now. Our best player, our leader, he lost a very valuable member to his family, a beloved member to his family. So we was with him in mind and spirit. Now he's come in peace with that, so have we, and now we're coming to break a piece of y'all ass. So that, with that being said, Bulls fans, they need you in the United Center tomorrow night. They need you live. They need you rocking. D Wade, we need you to be great. You played great on the road. You almost had a triple-double. I don't care about the triple-double. D Wade, you ain't make your name off getting triple-double. You made your name off cooking these boys, and I need you to do it one more time. Well, 2 more times. I want to still see you in the playoffs. I'm not really interested in not seeing you. Boston's a good team. Isaiah Thomas is a good player. I like Brad Stevens as coach, but I'd rather see you in that second round. That's just my personal preference. Why? Because you're top 5 shooting guard of all time. And I think everybody want to see that. If they don't, fine. Y'all live with that result. Because whoever, if the Wizards go ahead and take care of that series, they're going to beat Boston too. But that's another debate for another day. Shout out to Al Horford. You had a career high yesterday, 9 assists, 21 points. That's great. Isaiah Thomas and Avery Bradley. Avery Bradley, shout out to you. You had your career high with 24 points. I seen you yesterday, man. You was a junkyard dog. You was all over the place. You're D'ing up Jimmy Butler. You're making everything tough for him. Jimmy Butler, you got to do a better job of trying to get the ball on the move. Doing a little bit too much isolation. And Avery Bradley is getting comfortable guarding you. He's gotten comfortable guarding you, so you just got to do a better job of trying to get the ball in different spots where you can punish him. And if you can do that, because you're due for one, you're due for another monster game, and you work very hard. But hey, man, I got to face the facts. You're in a position that you wanted to be in. This is what you wanted to be. You want to be a star, but don't be like Rick Wallace. I'm not a star. Somebody lied. Don't let nobody lie on you, Jimmy Butler. Don't be Alfred. Be Jeffrey. You understand what I'm talking about? Will Smith needs you. Master Will, Master Dwayne, Master Bulls fans. We need you, Jeffrey. All right? Jimmy Butler, you can get it done. I believe in your ability. I believe in your talent. You just got to put it all together. Don't force the action. Let the game come to you. Get the ball in spots where you're comfortable shooting from and attacking from. Because you're making your moves too slow. You get the ball and you're doing this, you're doing that, and you're allowing the defense to set. What you got to do is play fast. You got to play fast. You got to live with the result. Get the ball, make your move. Make the defense move. If you can get to your spot where you can hit the shot, or find your open teammate. But when you get the ball and you're doing this and you're doing that and you're allowing the defense to set upon you, bad news for you. They're probably gonna try to force you into a bad shot. If you make it, they'll live with those analytics and those results. So I challenge you, Jimmy Butler, to be better than Paul George in a closeout game and get the win and let everybody know that you're here and you're on the verge of being a superstar because you need it. You need it real bad. You and Paul George, y'all have superstar talent, but this is the playoffs, and this is where superstars get their name. And right now, your name is Jimmy Butler. Right now, I want you to become the Butler did it. All right, now go get it done. And with that being said, this marks another edition of Homage Speaks.